What if Deku had an adaption quirk? So this quirk basically does is that any Deku can sense anything in a 10 foot sphere around him. He knows everything it's happening, and he knows all the details and anything that's gonna happen in that sphere. And his body can change to any amount just to react to it and keep him safe. So Deku developed this quirk at the same time as Bakugo, but doctors don't really know what Deku's quirk is. They do some more testing, and they one time when a scientist accidentally dropped like some scissors near Deku, and they were about to hit him, but Deku's skin just turns to metal instantly, protecting him. The scientists see this and the doctors see this and say, you know what? Maybe that's the squirt. And then when the scientist says Deku to try to avoid the punch, so they try to punch Deku, but the place where they're about to punch him, it turned into some kind of sludge that it just bounced off. So they call this quirk Adaption. So, because he can adapt to any environment that he's in. And he can adapt to any environment that he's in. That Baku doesn't know this, and Deku just says, "Oh, my quirk is called Adaption. I can basically change my body to fit any scenario I want to survive." And let's say this is that when Bakugo launches an explosion at Deku, but Deku turns his skin into some rock substance, and the explosion doesn't do nothing. Deku is not even phased, and now let's skip to the beginning of the anime where the teacher walks in and says that everyone, we're gonna do a survey to find out what you guys are gonna do after, I think, middle school or high school. After you guys are done with your classes, and all of them are excited because they're just yay. But then the teacher says, "I know you guys all want to be heroes," and everybody starts cheering because everybody in the room wants to be a hero when they grow up. When Bakugo just rudely says that to not put them in the same class as all those losers, because none of them even stand a chance. None of them even stand a chance of comparing to Bakugo. And then the teacher says, "Izuku Midori, didn't you also want to go to Ige?" And Izuku raises his hand because says, "Yes, I did." Bakugo decides to, instead of blowing up his desk, he decides to launch a big explosion at Deku, which lands. And everybody looks over because they don't know what happened. Deku doesn't really use his quirk that often. He just walks around with it because he doesn't use it that often. But they see that Deku, his whole entire body is just made out of this metal which cannot be broken at all. And then the Mako just says, "Stop cowering. Stop using a quirk to just block everything. You can't even throw a punch." Deku looks at Bakugo and just turns his hand into like a mixture between like fire, between a fire and rock, which just points at Bakugo saying, You really want to do this right now? You want to make this the last day on Earth for you?" And Bakugo is shocked by that answer. He's like, "Wait, what?" That Deku actually stood up for himself. Everybody's surprised. They're looking around like, what happened to him? I never knew he was that confident. And the teachers told him to calm down, for everybody to calm down and stop bothering, and get back to their seats. And then everything goes the same. Bakugo blows up his notebook. Deku doesn't really care because he can just write it down again. He can just write his notes down again because he doesn't really care, because those Bakugos are just doing that because he's weak. He doesn't have enough power to hurt him. Which Bakugo is like, ugh, you can't do this to me. And Deku just takes a faster route home, and then the sludge villain attacks him. He senses that the sludge villain is about to grab him, so he turns his body into ritual magma. He makes his body fully out of basically really compressed and hot lead, basically what you find on the core of the earth. And the sludge villain instantly just starts burning. He just pulls away fast enough, just a small bit of him is left. And then Deku's like, "You really haven't thought this thing through, huh?" And he sees All Might saying, "I am here. So don't fear, 'cause I am here." And he's like, he sees that how much is left of the sludge villain. Deku just turns his body into mostly ice and freezes the sludge villain in basically like this ice, like really, really cold ice ball. And just gives it to All Might saying, "You can take this away." And All Might says, "What's your quirk, kid? It's really interesting." And Deku just says, "My quirk is called Adaption. I'm able to change my body to fit any environment. And I'm able to basically make it out of old materials." And at this point, All Might says, "That's a very interesting quirk." And All Might just jumps off. But when All Might jumps off, he accidentally put too much pressure on it, and the ice ball just started melting and just slipped out of his hands. Far away, you just hear a giant explosion. Like, boom! Deku hears this, and he turns himself into the fastest form he can muster, which is basically him making his body basically have like rollerblades. Like, he basically turns his legs into like how Ida has them, and just runs. He runs all the way there, seeing what happened. He's like, "Wait, what just happened?" And something I said, some villain has a kid trapped. And he sees that all the heroes are not doing nothing. So he thinks,